Well, this is basically part 3, but really it's just a continuation. I indicated before that I had some kind of an idea about some representation for why all this is happening. Well, I pretty much have one now. I'm going to flesh it out, but I've got the details down pretty good. And what I think is happening is something's pressuring people, the elite, to step up their timetable rapidly, regardless of who says anything or who cares. They're very afraid of the public en masse. They're very afraid of the weapons. So I think we can see a decision coming carefully but quickly on the Gun Act, on the Second Amendment that the Supreme Court has right now. We've got people hanging themselves for no reason. We've got police officers arresting people, DNAing them. We have the laws changing quite a bit. Now we have some shadow government people threatening student ministers at a major university to not talk about the Constitution anymore. And if you do, we will come back and kick your ass. Something large is going on. The Bilderberg group, they're not sure if they've met already or not. I hope that they haven't, because it's always entertaining to see how they end up reacting to being found. But they're so darn rich, you know, I can't imagine how they could not meet privately if they wanted to. They could go out in their private jets, fly all over the place, land here, go there. I mean, who's going to know once the jet takes off and it's a private jet where its destination is? I mean, that's ridiculous. Of course they're going to know where this thing is. I gotta look at my time on this. I have a tendency to ramble. In any case, we're going to start attacking some of these things. We've got a new radio station called WINR.US. It's got really good music on it. We're going to go look at some people with some shows and stuff tonight. But more importantly, it's going to be talking about a lot of what our good friend Alex Jones and some of his people like Jack Blood talk about too. Slightly different format. We might get a little bit heated from time to time, but nowhere near Alex Jones. I'm mad, I'm angry, I could jump up and down, but I think that would turn more people off than turn them on. Once again, I give you the thumbnail of it, and I'm going to have it up on the Twisted Pickle for anybody to download that wants to see it. I believe what's happening is that something's coming into our solar system that's causing some concern. No one knows what's going to happen. You can call it Nibiru, you can call it a big-ass asteroid, you can call it our binary brown dwarf sister star. You can call it anything in the world. But something is going to happen. And they're concerned enough about it that they are digging holes in the ground, preparing with food, getting gene splicing and DNA machines together. They've got to do an awful lot of preparatory work. You can't just have a disaster occur and then come back up with all this riffraff. So they're going to try to save certain people, hence all the DNA testing. And they're going to dive into their little holes in the ground, and they're going to nuke the rest of the world. Wild idea? Well, it's going to come something close to that. But before then, they're going to thin it out with lots of diseases, which they're doing. Mysterious things cropping up, bird flu. They're going to first kill off the plants so that the animals won't have anything to feed, we won't have anything to eat. They're going to attack our food supply by attacking the animals first and inciting a great deal of starvation. It's going to be very, very difficult the next couple of years to eat like you're eating right now. So enjoy your steak and going out and so on, because I believe it's going to change. I hope I'm entirely wrong. I really do, but I don't like what I've been seeing. Especially the fact that Halliburton has built all these prison camps all over the country, and now they're headquartered in Dubai. They're gone. We've got Blackwater military forces or paramilitary forces all over the country. We've got Japanese or Chinese military. We've got all kinds of people waiting at the borders to come in and start enforcing martial law. The United States is going to be very hard hit because I guess we're one of the last countries in the world to have been invaded, fighting a war on their own land. And certainly if you can break our back, you can break the back of just about any nation. And I think that's what's going to have to happen. So they've got to depopulate. They have to cleanse the planet. They have to hide. Then they have to hope that enough of them survive whatever it is they're anticipating, so they can come back up and with no resistance and with a clean slate repopulate the world. The tools they're going to use are starvation, disease, war, and economic collapse. War is going to include biological, nuclear, eugenics. The economic collapse speaks for itself. Disease, we've already seen a lot of weird things happening. The elite will then have the ability to do what they've been wanting to do for quite some time, and that is to rule with a new world order. Their order, their rules, their world. You work in it for them, or you expire, you're terminated. You're going to be used for work, or you're going to be used for pleasure. And that is just going to be it. Forget the amenities, the big screen TVs, the HD, and all of that. Oh, but companies are planning for 5-10 years ahead. Of course they are. There aren't a whole lot of people like us looking at videos like these. Sure, they're planning ahead. And they will be as surprised as many people when they find out that they didn't really need a 5-year plan, because it's going to be somewhat shortened. So I will finish up the DVD and get it to everybody, make it available on the twistedpickle.net, and you can go to winr.us and join our conversations, our forums, and listen in. Is there a way to stop this juggernaut? I think we could stop the New World Order if everybody became informed and said no. That whenever a police car stopped somebody, that 100 other cars would stop and make sure that the policeman was doing something valid. I think that would be very handy. Could we do it? Yes. Yes, we could. Will we? No. No, we won't. We won't. We're being fluoridated, chemical to death. We're concerned about American Idol and cancer. All of which are man-made. All are phony and fake. Okay. Look forward to seeing you on the Twisted Pickle and hearing from you on WINR.